So the hub started out in a lounge room, and we just sat around and talked about what we thought church was, and we studied the Bible together and started drawing up an idea of what our church would look like.
We started off as a home group, basically, just meeting, talking about what we kind of thought a church should be like.
And from there we opened up a church service once a fortnight. We were engaged in a few community projects at the same time, just sort of finding our feet and ironing out some of the kinks in the process.
I guess another big step was to start having weekly services. And when we did that, I think we all kind of felt a bit more that we were in a bit more of a consistent rhythm.
I think from the beginning, from when we started just as a very small group of people, I guess the struggles that we had were, a feeling of not wanting to burn out. Everyone was doing everything, so we were quite busy as a small church. If it was kids ministry, then someone was involved in that, or they might also be in the music team or on opening. Or
evangelism's been really hard. We've often found it just be a really long, hard slog, speaking to and living the gospel with our friends and the people we know, and to be honest, with very little fruit so far. But even then, we feel like God's really been using us and growing us, even as we travel through difficult times.
I think people at the hub are open to trying new things to bring the gospel to people, and people are willing to just give something a go and see how it works out, and then go from there.
God's definitely been faithful to us, and in the past year or so we've definitely grown in size. I think the burden's been lifted a little bit, and we really see that God's got a future for us in Geelong.
As new people have come on board, we haven't been like a cliquey community. I think, been a welcoming community. Just, that sense of unity and being together in this kind of new adventure. Even when we weren't sure what was happening, we can see now that He's had a plan. He's been growing us and sustaining us and teaching us about what church is and what it means to be His people. I think it's exciting to see the hub grow. It's exciting to see that change is happening. We're having new people joining the church, which is really exciting. But it'd be kind of awesome to kind of see the hub branch out like South Barwon branched out, and then one day we could, plant again from the hub. That would be a massive big dream, big picture.
So even though not everything's worked out how we'd hoped, and there's been ups and downs and difficulties and struggles as we've planted the hub, we've found that God has been working in us in ways that we could never have foreseen. He's been growing us into exactly the people that we always wanted to be when we started planning how to plant a church, and that's something wonderful. And we just pray that as we continue, God will be using us for His purposes and continuing to grow us.